Welcome to the dark web, a digital black market hidden in the shadows of the internet, a place where you can buy anything. I mean anything, from hacked corporate secrets to services too disturbing to mention. Are you ready to see what lies there? In this video, we will dive deep into the dark web, exposing its secrets and revealing the shocking truths lurking in its shadows. So, let's get started. What you see above the surface, the websites you visit daily, the social media platforms you use, the online stores you shop from, that's just the tip of the iceberg. But beneath the surface lies a much larger, hidden portion of the internet. This submerged part of the iceberg is divided into two main sections, the deep web and the dark web. The deep web refers to all the content on the internet that isn't indexed by standard search engines, while at the very bottom of our digital iceberg lies the dark web. To truly understand the dark web, we need to talk about its backbone, the Tor Network. Tor, which stands for the Onion Router, is the primary technology used to access and navigate the dark web. It was originally developed by the United States Naval Research Laboratory in the mid-1990s to protect U.S. intelligence communications online. Tor works by routing your internet traffic through a worldwide network of relays run by volunteers. This process encrypts your data and bounces it through several locations around the world, making it extremely difficult to trace the origin of the information. It's this layered encryption that gives Tor its onion moniker, like peeling back the layers of an onion. Each relay peels away a layer of encryption, not knowing where the data came from or where it's going next. This anonymity is what makes Tor, and by extension the dark web, so attractive to various users. Journalists use it to communicate securely with sources. Political dissidents and oppressive regimes use it to organize and share information. However, this same anonymity also makes the dark web an attractive haven for cybercriminals. Here, they can operate marketplaces, selling illegal goods, share hacked data, and offer illicit services with a reduced risk of being caught. It's this darker side that often grabs headlines and has given the dark web its notorious reputation. Accessing the dark web can be dangerous if proper precautions aren't taken. We are explaining this process for educational purposes only, not to encourage any illegal or risky behavior. The primary tool for accessing the dark web is the Tor Browser. Think of it as a special key that unlocks the hidden doors of the internet. First, you'd need to download the Tor Browser. It's freely available from the Tor project website. The browser is designed to be user-friendly, much like Firefox or Chrome, but with built-in privacy features. Once installed, opening the Tor browser initiates a connection to the Tor network. You might notice it takes a bit longer to connect than a regular website. That is because your connection is being routed through several relays around the world to ensure your anonymity. You'll see a screen that looks much like any other browser when you're connected. However, you will quickly notice that familiar websites might look different or function slower. That's because you're now browsing anonymously, and many websites treat Tor traffic differently. To access dark websites, you must know their .onion addresses. Unlike regular web addresses that end in .com or .org, dark websites use a string of seemingly random letters and numbers followed by .onion. For example, a popular dark web search engine might have an address like this. Finding these .onion addresses can be tricky. There are dark web directories and wikis that list various .onion sites, but be warned, many of these lists contain links to illegal or dangerous content. It's crucial to exercise extreme caution and verify the legitimacy of any site before visiting it. Now, while this might sound straightforward, accessing the dark web safely requires several additional precautions. First and foremost, never access the dark web from your personal or work computer. Instead, use a dedicated machine, preferably running on a secure operating system like Talos or a virtual machine that can be easily wiped clean. Secondly, always use a VPN in conjunction with Tor. While Tor provides anonymity, a VPN adds an extra layer of privacy by hiding your Tor usage from your internet service provider. Thirdly, disable JavaScript in the Tor browser. Many malicious actors on the dark web use JavaScript exploits to compromise user systems. And lastly, never download files from the dark web unless you're absolutely certain of their safety. Even then, only open them on an isolated disposable item. Remember, on the dark web, paranoia is a virtue. Assume every site is potentially malicious, and every user could be anyone from a curious teenager to a hardened cyber criminal or even a law enforcement agent. It's also worth noting that simply accessing the dark web isn't illegal in most countries. What's illegal are many of the activities that take place there. Law enforcement agencies worldwide are increasingly active on the dark web, monitoring for illegal activities. The anonymity of the dark web has made it a haven for various illegal activities. Dark web markets sell everything from drugs and weapons to stolen data and hacking tools. Cybercriminals use it to coordinate attacks and trade information. It's this aspect that has given the dark web its notorious reputation. Now, you might be wondering, how do we fight against this? Well, it's not easy, but cybersecurity experts and law enforcement agencies are working tirelessly to combat these threats. One crucial tool in this fight is human intelligence. While automated solutions are invaluable, understanding the dark web requires a human touch. Cybercrime officers go undercover, logging into these forums and posing as buyers or sellers. It's a delicate art, requiring officers to engage convincingly without blowing their cover. Let's look at an example. Imagine a forum post offering VPN logins for sale. A cybercrime officer might reach out, asking for more details or samples. Motivated by potential profit, the seller might provide additional information, unknowingly helping law enforcement gather crucial intelligence. But it's not just about catching criminals. This intelligence helps organizations protect themselves. By understanding what's being traded on the dark web, companies can better prepare for potential threats. Every time there's a data breach at a company you use, your information could end up for sale on the dark web. Cybercriminals could use this to access your accounts, steal your identity, or worse. For businesses, the stakes are even higher. A single successful attack could lead to massive data leaks, financial losses, and irreparable damage to reputation. And it's not just large corporations at risk. Small businesses are increasingly becoming targets too. The impact of info stealers extends far beyond just financial crimes. In a chilling revelation, a recent analysis of information stealing malware logs published on the dark web has uncovered a disturbing connection to child exploitation. According to a proof-of-concept report by Recorded Future, approximately 3,300 unique users were found with accounts on known child sexual abuse material sources. Even more alarmingly, 4.2% of these users had credentials from multiple sources, suggesting a higher likelihood of persistent criminal behavior. This discovery highlights the evolving nature of info-stealer malware. New strains like Comatian Stealer, Neptune Stealer, Objectivity, Poseidon, Satan Stealer, and Strela Stealer have emerged, each with its own specialized features. These malicious programs are distributed through various means: phishing emails, spam campaigns, cracked software, fake update websites, and even sophisticated techniques like SEO poisoning and malvertising. Once the system is infected, these info-stealers harvest a wide range of sensitive data. We're not just talking about passwords and credit card numbers anymore. These programs can siphon off cryptocurrency wallet information, take screenshots, and even record keystrokes. All this stolen data is then compiled into what is known as stealer logs and sold on dark web marketplaces. What makes this particularly dangerous is the complex ecosystem that has developed around these info stealers. Cybersecurity firm Flare noted last July that there is a thriving malware as a service industry on the dark web. Criminals can purchase info stealers malware through illicit Telegram channels, distribute it through various means, and then sell the harvested data on specialized dark web marketplaces. But here's where it gets even more concerning. These stealer logs aren't just being used for financial crimes. Law enforcement agencies are now realizing that these logs can be a valuable tool in combating other serious crimes, particularly child exploitation. The cryptocurrency wallet addresses included in these logs can be used to trace payments for CSAM and other illegal materials. Recorded Futures analysis found that between February 2021 and February 2024, they were able to identify 3,324 unique credentials used to access known CSAM domains. This led to the unmasking of 3 individuals who maintained accounts on at least 4 CSAM websites. While countries like Brazil, India, and the US showed the highest counts of users with credential to these communities, it's important to note that this could be due to an overrepresentation in the dataset. This discovery underscores the dual nature of dark web intelligence. While the proliferation of infostealers represents a significant threat to individual and corporate cybersecurity, the very logs they produce can become a powerful tool for law enforcement in tracking and combating serious crimes like child exploitation. What are your thoughts on the dark web? Have you ever worried about your information being sold there? Share your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.